Hi guys, so this is Mr. Kaser again. I'm going to show you how to use Pixlr, P-I-X-L-R, the free photo editing software that's online that is just like Photoshop, but it's free. Did I mention it's free? And Photoshop is like $800, so it's a great program to use. And as long as you have a browser and an internet connection, you can get to it. So let's start off by going to Pixlr. So up on your screen, type in Pixlr, Pixlr. Now the first time you go in, you might have to put Pixlr.com, okay? But because I use it so much, it just pops up. Okay, and I'm already in my account. If you don't have an account, you're going to want to make an account because it'll save everything in your account for you so you won't lose anything. So take a second right now, pause. And now we're back. I hope you made your account like I asked you to, because if you didn't, you should do that now. So I'm going to pause again so you can make your account. Pause. Okay. Now, we're going to Pixlr E, Advanced Photo Editor. Okay, there are different versions. There's like collages you can make and stuff like that. There's all kinds of cool things you can do. But we're going to work on Pixlr E today. So open up Pixlr E. Okay, now there's stuff in mind because I make stuff all the time, and this is what I meant by it saves it for you. Okay, so next thing I want you to do is go up here and make another browser, and I just want you to find 5 pictures of things that you like maybe baseball, cooking, ceramics, drawing, video games, whatever you like to do. Find 5 pictures, and I already have some, so I'm going to just type in one more, and I'm just going to type in, we'll say football. Okay, and then I'm going to go to images, and I'm just going to grab an image of, oh, they have European football in there too. So I'm just going to grab this picture. So I'm going to click on it. There's my picture. I'm going to hold down, and I'm going to drag it to the desktop. Okay, now, sometimes it won't grab the picture because it's, I don't know, protected or whatever. To get a screenshot, you hit on your keyboard, hold down the keys Command, Shift, and number 4, and see how this crosshair pops up? Then you can just click in one corner, hold down, and drag to the other corner, and it makes a screenshot for you. You hit done, and there it is. Okay, so that one I made, I'm going to put in the trash. Now I also have some other pictures ready to go. So pretend these are my 5 pictures. Okay, so now I'll go back to Pixlr, and we want to create a new image. So I'm going to hit Create New, and it gives you all these choices. Web Small, Web 720, Web Full HD, Icon, Square, blah, 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 blah. Today we're just going to do Full HD because that's what it has picked. Alright, and we're going to name it New 1. Okay, and these are the height and the width in pixels. Okay, pixels are dots per square inch. Okay, so HD is 1920 by 1080 DPI, dots per inch. So there's 19,020 or 1920 going horizontally, and 1080 going the other way. So once we do that, you scroll down and you hit Create. Okay, now it brings up this window. Now there's a bunch of things to know. Layers. Layers are just like layers of a cake. You've got a bottom layer that we're working on right now. That's what the checkerboard is. Then you will put a layer on top of that, then a layer on top of that, then a layer on top of that. And then you can move things underneath other things. Okay? So to start, I'm going to open up. And the nice thing about Pixlr, you go through these tools, it tells you what each one of these tools does. Okay? Arrange, this moves it. Lasso grabs. And if I click on the lasso, see if there's different kinds of lassos. Okay, this is a freehand one. This is a polygonal. I'll show you the difference. So all these tools do different things. We're going to be using the arrange, the lasso, and the selection or marquee selector, okay, today. Those are the three we're going to work with. So every once in a while you got to close out an ad because these ads pop up all the time, but that's because it's free. So now I'm going to go to File, Open Image. Now I'm going to find, I already have it set to desktop. You have to know where your computer saves stuff. Does it save in downloads? Does it save in desktop? I always have mine saved in the desktop so I know where it is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the picture of Starry Night. Okay, now when you see it, here's the Starry Night picture. Here is the new one I made. There's a tab inside of this. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this freehand tool, or the lasso tool, and I say freehand because it's a lasso freehand. So if I go around, see how it's making that dotted line? Okay, see how it's got the ants marching right now? Because it's selected that area. Then I can go to Edit, Cut. I can go to my new picture, that's on the other tab, and hit Edit, Paste. And there's the Starry Night. Then I take the Arrange tool and I put it wherever I want to. I can change the size. I can change the rotation. Then, here's the cool part. Once it's set, I can go to Filter. Oops, I've got to select it again. So I'm going to grab this marquee selection tool, and I'm just going to make a box around it. Now I'm going to go to Filter. Oop, come on. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to click on it. There. Now, once I've selected it, it makes the box again. I can go to Filter and look at all these cool things you can do to it. You can, and just kind of experiment with it. This one just happens to change the brightness of it. Outer glow. Okay, I can change my color of my outer glow. I'll change it to red so you can see it better. And then I can change the size of it. I can feather it so it just kind of disappears. I can change the opacity or the transparency of it and hit apply. Okay, so now that is on, there's layer 1, and that's my first layer, as you can see under layers. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to Edit or File, Open Image. I'm going to pick another one. I'll pick the football player. I'll double click. There he is. Okay, so now I'm on another layer. It didn't disappear. There's that layer I just made. There's the second layer. If I'm done, I can actually close this out. Okay, I'll go to Lasso. Now this one I'm going to use the polygonal. The polygonal is different in that I click in one spot. I just clicked once, and now I'm moving my mouse all around, and see how it just pulls the line? So then I can go to the corner of his calf here, click again. It made a point there. Click again, made a point there. So it's just a different way to select things. So I'm putting these little points in. Move, click, move, click, move, click, move, click, move, click, move, click, move, click. I can even go down into the black, and then I go back to the line I started, and I double click, and there he is. So this time, instead of cutting, I'm going to copy. I go to Edit, Copy. It made a copy of him. I go back to New, and I hit Edit and Paste. And there he is. Okay, now he's on a different layer again. So look, I grab the Arrange tool. There he is. And so I can put him in front of the moon. Okay. And I'll make him big. Okay. And just for fun, for the background, I'm going to double click on the background. You don't have to double click if you don't want to. I'm going to pick a color. and picking that color. So to pick a color, you click on these swatches right here. This is your spectrum of colors, and this is how you pick by going on here. This is how you pick the particular hue you want. Okay, now I'm going to go to the bucket. This is the fill bucket, and I painted in the background, and that was the one at the bottom. Now watch, if I go in between, if I move this layer between these two, see how the moon disappears? Because it's underneath, right? Okay. So then you just keep doing that. Edit, or File, Open Image, find your next picture, double click, it opens up. You use one of the lasso tools. Oops, I forgot I was on polygonal. So say you start in polygonal and you're like, oh, I want to use the free transform. Double click, so it makes that triangle. Click on the lasso and click on the freehand lasso again. Click outside of the box and it'll get rid of that. If you ever get a little confused or something looks weird or is not working, click on lasso. Okay. Again, edit, copy. I go back to my new one, edit, paste, and there it is. Oops, I got to go to arrange. Oops, so see how this is just moving this selection area. Go back to lasso, click on the picture, and it gets rid of it. Then I go back to lasso, or arrange tool. I go to my pepper. Oops, I grabbed the purple area, okay. To fix that, I go to edit, undo. Okay, so if you need to undo things, it's under edit, or you can hit Control Z on your keyboard. So there it is. You'll know if you're on the rotation if you see that, the 4 triangles. Oops, I grabbed the wrong one again. Edit, undo. I have something selected where it's picking that. It's being a stickler. Edit, undo, edit, undo. And now here's an easy way to fix that. Also on these layers, if I unclick this box right here, I didn't get rid of layer 1. I just made it transparent. I made it disappear. If I click on it, it reappears. So if you're having a hard time grabbing something, sometimes turning off a layer helps. See, now it's easy to mess with. Okay. And then I'll turn it back on. But it's still selected, so I can go into filter. And I can do a drop shadow. Okay, so drop shadow. See the blur there? Opacity. You can change the shadow color. You can change the direction of the shadow. You can change the distance of the shadow. Hit apply. Okay, then I click on my lasso, and there it is. Okay? So that's what you're doing for this one. You're picking 5 things that you want to make in Pixlr, just like I showed you in this tutorial. And again, I've got 30 seconds before I run out of record time. So take your 5 things, put them on the HD new object new project that we talked about at the beginning of the tutorial, and add an effect to each one and overlap a couple and just get used to those few features I showed you, and then feel free to mess with it more. Okay, I'm going to run out of time here in a second, so I got to go. Bye.